What's good, JMoney team? You already know who it is. It's your boy, the Ballin' JMoney, and I'm back again with another VR gameplay video. This video is going to be different because I am going to do a review video on another FPS game that I've only played for a short period of time. And the reason why I rarely play this game is because it's by far the most disturbing FPS game I've ever played. The game is called Firezone. If you have the MetaQuest 2 or any of the other MetaQuest VR headsets, you can download this game completely for free. Of course, there is a one-time purchase of $10 where you can get all the skins that's available in the game. But Firezone, to me, it's supposed to be better than AimXR because this game includes flying a helicopter, operating a tank, and driving vehicles. Except there's only 4 classes to choose from and there's limited weapons to choose from. If I were to show you guys what I mean by limited weapons and stuff like that, there is 2 classes. You got Clemson and Ocean. Those are names of the teams. And you can unlock different skins along the way as you play. But of course, you can unlock them or you pay to pass one of those. If I were to show you the weapons that are in this game, there's the NP5, which is this gun right here. I have unlocked one of the cameo skins for that. There's the sniper, which is this one right here. There is a pump shotgun, which is this. Then there's the M15, which has a long range scope and a short range scope. The pistol looks like a Glock and an RPG. Now, this is what made this game interesting to me because there was an RPG. But I did learn that you do operate vehicles, so you would use an RPG to destroy vehicles. So what made this game supposedly very interesting is not because of the skins. It's because, again, you operate vehicles. Now, unfortunately for this game only has 2 maps. And both maps has some kind of vehicle in them. I know one map you have a motorcycle and there's a car. And then the other map there's every vehicle you could think of, from the helicopters to the tanks to the motorcycle and cars. And of course the cars are Mercedes, which surprisingly they are. There is a Mercedes that you could drive in this game. Now when it comes to servers, you have to either join a server that's not locked unless you have a passcode from the player who's hosting the game, that's hosting the server, or you play on a public server that is hosted by a Pacific player. Now of course, when you look at this server, you're going to see the modes. There's only 3 modes in this game. There's Capture the Flag, which is CTF, FFA is Free-for-All, and TDM is Team Deathmatch. Those are the only 3 modes that's in this game. And of course, the host chooses the number of players that they're allowed to join, what mode they want, the goals, which the goals varies from mode to mode, the maximum ping, and then whatever map they choose in that server. So if I were to select a server right now and I join these guys, they have the option to either let us play or they could kick us out. So that's how the hosting works for this game. So unfortunately for this type of game, I'm not going to get on a server where I'll get kicked out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create my own server with a bunch of bots, and I'm going to give you guys a feel of every vehicle as well as the weapons that I use when I played this game. So right now I'm at a level 5, which I don't know what the maximum level is in this game, but I do know that the maximum level can be pretty high. From my understanding, I think it goes up to like 100 or something like that. So I'm not sure exactly how that works, but it's always important to make sure that you know what you're doing when it comes to a game like this. So I see I got Pepe just now about to join me, and I'm going to go ahead and let him know to get on Firezone with me, and we will go from there. So let me go ahead and contact him and let him know to get on my live. I do apologize for that. So I'm going to let him know to join me because he's going to go ahead and participate with me with this game. Me and him has played this game together for a minute. But again, we are going to go ahead and set up my own server, and I'm going to go ahead and put in the code. And I see I got another friend of mine that wants to join, but they can wait. So hopefully they join me, and hopefully they do. We'll see. But we'll go ahead and set up. I'm going to set up the one map that I know that where you can get all the vehicles, and that's the cannon one. We'll do team deathmatch. We'll put a maximum of 16 players, so that means both teams will have 8 players. We'll put this at 10 minutes, and hopefully we'll get this done fast. We'll do 100 kills. We'll put the maximum pin, which is 1,000. Now this after game feature, it stays that go back to lobby. The friendly fire is turned off, and then we're going to put in bots. So we'll go ahead and create the server, and we'll go ahead and get started. Now, just for the record, as soon as a match is over, it immediately takes you back to the main menu. So this is not something that allows you to, like, you know, get involved into, like, communicating with players saying if they want to rematch the same server. So everybody has to create their own server if they want to, or they just join a server. So here we are in the map. As you see, I have the engineer class, which will have the MP15, an RPG, and there's ammo pack, and then your sidearm is right here. As you can see, here's the tank, and you basically got to go to the circle, select, make sure it's highlighted in blue. And now, as you can see, I am in the tank. Of course, I'm going to use the left analog stick to drive the tank. Here's the helicopter right here. So if I want to get in the helicopter, or I could just destroy it, just like that. So there's one of my teammates, which is a bot, which is right over there. So I can, there's another helicopter right there. And I know there's a motorcycle around here somewhere. But I'm going to drive towards the enemy, which would be these guys right here. Go ahead and destroy those guys. So to determine, you could see right here, this is the health on the vehicle. And this is the health for mine will be on my right hand. So I can go ahead and just keep shooting these enemies that's coming towards us. And of course, you do get points for kills in this game. So as you see, there's a motorcycle right over there. And let me go ahead and shoot him with the tank. And then here's the vehicle, which I think is... Yep, there it is. So there's the Mercedes. I'll go ahead and drive towards it real quick. That's the Mercedes that you can drive. Of course, it makes no sense to, you know, drive a vehicle when you got a tank, you know what I mean? So as you see, I'm targeting my enemy with my right joystick with the tank. And I'm just shooting down with a tank until the tank is destroyed. Which you can destroy a tank with regular guns, but it'll take longer to destroy a tank. So that's why they have an RPG in this game. You can use the RPG to destroy vehicles. Now, it may not be one-shot kill RPGs for a vehicle, but it does make a difference. So what I found interesting about this game is when you drive these vehicles, you have the option to either be in the passenger seats and do a drive-by shooting, or you can actually operate the vehicle. So you could either be a pilot on the helicopter, or you could just be a passenger. And if you want to be a passenger, you have the option to shoot at people or throw grenades. There are grenades in this game, of course. But again, each weapon collection is based on your class. So like engineer, I'll have the M15. But then if I wanted to choose the assault class, then I would have the other gun, the other assault weapon that I mentioned that has 2 scopes. Recon would have the sniper, which of course, if I want to look at these, are right here. Recon would be the sniper. Support would have a shotgun. So yeah, every class has different weapons. And some classes will have, I think Recon and Engineer has an RPG, and the other 2 classes have a grenade. And of course, everybody has a Glock pistol. Now, keep in mind when you are in a tank, you do have unlimited health, but your primary weapon is not unlimited. Now, secondary weapon, as far as I know, it is unlimited because I have experience shooting a pistol more than with a primary weapon. And then there are certain areas of the map where you can pick up an ammo pack, which is right over there. If you see that box right there that's floating, that is an ammo pack. So if you ever run out of ammo, if you see one of those ammo packs, you can pick it up. Now, at first I thought it was unlimited because it kept respawning every time I picked it up. But I guess there's only a small limited number of pickups that are allowed in this game. So I don't know how many ammo pack pickups are there, but they're only based on like limited number of pickups. So I think maybe 10 ammo packs for that section that you can pick up at a time. But yeah, as of right now, you see how they're shooting me down with grenades and bullets, because I'm taking, so I can't take damage in this game with the tank with just bullets. But if somebody shot me with the RPG right now, I'd probably be dead by now. But luckily, I'm still pretty good. I know I'll die easily though. Now there is no difficulty level against these bots, but the most important thing to keep in mind is the game is all about just getting kills and trying to enjoy the game. Now, I have difficulty driving these vehicles because sometimes the game can be very laggy, and it doesn't matter how good your, it doesn't matter how good your stuff is. See, here's Pepe. Looks like he just joined me. Alright, so there's Pepe. As you see, he's driving a Humvee, so I can join him in the vehicle if I wanted to. So we will be joining him in just a second as soon as my tank is destroyed. Oh, well, it looks like he just died, so I'm gonna go ahead and destroy his vehicle. And of course, my tank finally got destroyed. So I'm gonna go ahead and respawn back into position. And here's Pepe. Now, of course, you got to point down in this game if you want to move faster. So I'm going to go ahead and get in the helicopter with him. Alright, so I'm in. Go ahead and pick up my gun stock. And as you can see, he's flying the helicopter, and I am going to be shooting from a distance. And of course, you might think, wow, this game might be awesome. But I'm telling you right now, I still choose AIM-XR over this game because I think the graphics are a lot better on AIM-XR, and operating a vehicle can be very tricky. Okay, I don't know what just happened. I guess I just left a server or quit a server. I don't know what happened. Or maybe, oh, maybe the match ended. Maybe we got to the end. So of course the match ended. So we'll go ahead and try. I'll show you guys. Well, here's my server right here. I guess I didn't end it. I don't know what happened, so let me see if I can get back on my server. Okay, it's not letting me join. I don't know what's going on. Okay, it just disappeared, so I guess it ended. Alright, so we'll go ahead and set up a new one. Now I'll show you guys the other map. It's called Ohio. We'll go ahead and put 16 players in, 100 kills, and everything else is the same. We'll add our passcode, and then we'll go ahead and create. So again, this is this map. It's just a deserted town, basically. But now that we're in, we'll go ahead and start playing. Now again, you got to point down to move faster, which I find it kind of weird, or if you don't have any ammo in your hands. But you're basically just, moving around and killing people in team deathmatch, of course. So we'll go ahead and we'll get some kills. There's my first kill. Now luckily in this game you don't have to pull a lever or anything. Like you can just put the ammo in the gun and it automatically reloads. Just like that, see? Now sometimes it takes extra bullets to kill somebody, but you can still get headshots. And I guess that was my part. I guess that was Pepe who got into the vehicle. So now I'm out of ammo, so I'm gonna switch to a pistol. So you see how the game feels kind of weird. It said I got unlimited ammo for a pistol, so I should be okay. And there's another kill. And of course, you can jump in this game, and then there's a slide where you go like that, where you kind of slide a little bit. And of course, you can't shoot through the fence. Yeah, this game feels very funny. Like the trajectories of the bullets, is not realistic. But I try to get as many headshots as I can, which can be difficult. So there's the enemy right there. Now I do have friendly fire turned off, so we don't have to worry about losing points or anything. Come on. kills right there. Yeah, see, it's kind of weird how the controls work in this game. Of course, there is regenerating. If you have health that's less than 75, then your health will not. It won't regenerate to 75, but like it'll regenerate up to 75, not 100. So it is kind of strange, but at least it allows you to regenerate some kind of health, which I think is pretty cool. There's some targets there on the street, so let's see if we can hit them from here. Okay, I got one. There's two. Okay, so I got 2 kills that time. And there is fall damage. Just like that, I'm already out of ammo. I got one more clip left, and I got to switch to a pistol. Okay, looks like my partner switched to my team, so now he's in the Mercedes. And they're chasing him. Got him. Ooh. Good shot. So far I got 14 kills. That's good. Of course, the scoreboard, if you look up, there's a scoreboard. I got it set up to first to 100. Alright, so we'll go ahead and get in the car, if you'll let me. Alright, so I'm in the car. We'll do... So while he drives... I'm gonna do a shoot. I'm gonna do a drive-by shoot. Of course, I tell you, the controls are kind of weird in this game. I'm telling you, it's crazy. But yeah, this is a type of game that allows you to drive vehicles or be in the passenger seat and do a drive-by. So in my case, I'm gonna be in the passenger seat and I'm gonna start blasting. Kills right there. Up, the car got destroyed. So as you see, the car is more vulnerable than a tank, of course. Everybody knows that. Alright, so now we respawn. Alright, so there's Pepe, my boy. He's gonna go back in the car. I'll go in the passenger seat. Alright, I'm in the passenger seat this time. Let's see, we need, I think I got to 100 kills, so we need to get 45 more kills. So as soon as he turns this way, we'll see what happens. So, basically, this game is very, I think, I do see this very similar to MXR, but it's definitely not better than MXR. Definitely not. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I think this game has a lot of potential, but I think it needs to add some more maps, possibly maybe even add some more modes, and maybe fix the quality a little better. I still think it's a fun game to play, regardless of what's going on, but as far as I know, this is definitely something worth playing. Okay, so I'm on my pistol. Now I gotta switch to my rifles. Okay, what's going on with the vehicle? Better get out. Yep, it's damaged, so I better get out of there. Okay, there's another kill right there. Ooh, God. Let's see, so far kills, that's pretty good. Okay, so we need about 23 more kills to win this one. So again, keep in mind that this game does have fall damage. Just there's the motorcycle. As you can see, there's Pepe driving the motorcycle. You see how he's got to be very careful how to control the vehicle. Like the controls for a vehicle is very different. But if you know how to drive, I would think I wouldn't be too much of a problem. Got him. I don't know how many more deaths we need. 5 more. Real quickly, we'll go ahead and get on the helicopter ourselves, which is basically we pull this lever and then we hold the trigger to let the helicopter go, and then we are on our way. And as you guys can see, I got the I gotta hold the trigger. That's right. I gotta hold the trigger for the helicopter to fly. So as you guys can see, I am now flying the helicopter. And of course, I don't have a shot. Ooh, see, like I cannot control the helicopter right now. So, I'm trying to figure this out. But basically, you can get on the helicopter, get one more kill, and we win. But this is basically Firezone. It's not the best game for FPS shooter. But at the same time, I think it can get better as time goes by. I think it can definitely, you know, I think this game has a lot of potential. But if they really take the development seriously, I think this game could be just as good as XR. But as you guys can see, I got 35 kills in this match. I got killed 5 times with a score of 3,700 points, and you guys see I've reached level 6 now. So again, I want to thank you guys for watching this review video of, once again, this is Firezone. So you can find this in the Meta store, as long as you got the Meta VR. I want to thank you guys again for watching this review. If I were to give this game a rating out of 10, I'd probably give this a 6. I would give this a 6 because the controls on the vehicles are kind of weird. It does lag. The trajectories of the bullets are not realistic. But I still think it's fun to play. You get to ride vehicles. But thank you guys again for watching. I do appreciate everybody who's watched this video from beginning to end. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos yet to come on the VR. And I will see you guys in my next video. Peace. I'm out.